I wanted to be someone who's well-rounded and able to do any job, and I knew that going to Pitt would allow me to do that. When you go to national conferences and you talk to students from other schools and you're telling them like all the amazing experiences that you've had, you realize some places only have an in-house clinic and they see older patients and they do hearing aids, and all of that is really important, but they just don't get the breadth of experiences that we do. Partnerships with UPMC and Children's Hospital and the VA Hospital of Pittsburgh gives you access to so many different learning environments that I think are very unique to Pittsburgh. When I was a first-year graduate student, I spent some time with Dr. Palmer in the clinic at UPMC, and we were fitting a patient with hearing aids for the first time, someone who'd never worn them before. And after we were finished with the programming and we were showing her how to use them, she just burst into tears, and I had no idea how to react to that, because what do you do when someone does that and you don't know whether they're good tears or bad tears? But they were good tears, and she had not been able to hear correctly or properly for a really long time. And to be able to sit there and have a conversation with her where she didn't have to stare at your face the entire time was really, really important to her. And we helped her to achieve that. My favorite part of the job is the variety. I work with students, I see patients, I do research, I'm involved in some of the special projects that our director is always developing. And I love that I get to do all of it, and I love that none of it is the same from day to day. That's kind of the science of it, but there's also the art that you get to develop your counseling skills and work with patients and become a better clinician. And I just really thought audiology was a good intersection of both of those things for me. Every AUD student at Pitt has to do a research practicum, and that involves kind of plugging into one of the research labs that's already existing and either taking over a project that's already up and running or creating your own project. And the faculty that you're working with in the lab will help you to decide what to do based on what you're interested in. We try not to make clinical decisions without some sort of evidence base to follow. You have to be able to know how to find evidence that's applicable and how to interpret it in order to make clinical decisions. I felt really prepared for that. I really felt like when I was finished with that externship and I graduated from Pitt, I could have done any audiology job that I wanted to do. I was really prepared and well-rounded. I think that is a real strength of Pitt's program and something that a lot of audiology students don't realize is unique about Pitt. All of the professors that we had were so accessible, and I thought that was really important, because anytime you had a question or needed something, you knew that it was not going to be perceived as a bother. You knew that they would be available and make time for you, and even when it wasn't related to school, you're just with these people so much that you develop these relationships and everybody starts to really care about each other. I'm so lucky to have Dr. Palmer as a mentor. When I was a student, I had her in class, and I was an extern in her clinic during my 4th year of graduate school. Since I've graduated, I've moved into this position. I've learned so much just watching how she manages the clinic, how she interacts with patients, how she interacts with the people in our department. It's really inspirational because everyone loves working with her, and she gets things done, and she's amazing. It's a really rigorous program, so they expect a lot of you, and I think if you put the effort in, it's very rewarding to meet those expectations and graduate and become an independent practitioner. It's the best job I could have imagined for myself. It's something I wake up every day excited to do.